What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So we're going to do this part 2 of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Well, where I left off was talking about how we saw a similar situation between Wilder and Ortiz. You know, where Ortiz was catching Wilder with a bunch of unanswered shots, and Wilder's all over the ring, and the ref could have stopped it, but he didn't. Now, people go, well, it's a title fight, you know, everything's on the line. I get all of that, but it doesn't change, okay, the principle of the referee's job is to protect the fighters. It's not about boos and oohs and ahs, okay? It's about protecting the fighters. Now, Wilder, the same way, for example, if the referee waves his arms and say the fight's off when he dropped Fury because of the way Fury went down, people talk about how he went down, his eyes rolled back. I mean, we've seen guys get rocked like that before. It's funny. I swear, it seemed like since the year 2000, people act like life started in the year 2000, like nothing happened before 2000. Man, there's several fights where we thought someone was gone, and all of a sudden they got back up. Now, the drama was not just because he got back up, but Fury got up and then took over that fight, the rest of that round. The same way when Ortiz had Wilder rocked. Now, Wilder didn't go down, but he was all over the place getting rocked with shots and wouldn't come back with anything. And if you remember the start of the next round, the doctor and the ref went over to the corner and was talking to Wilder. They delayed the time. So the same way I say, the referee saved Wilder. What was the purpose of that? Well, you know, in New York, I heard they got a rule where the doctor can check, like, stop it. Wilder wasn't cut. He wasn't bleeding. He wasn't busted up. No knots on it, nothing. No, hematomas or nothing like that. So what was that for? Okay, so there's, like, we can, for one fighter, when you say, well, how come they did this and that, then the same fighter you're defending is in a situation with a referee or a similar situation, like where the referee might have played a part. They got treatment that you complain about another fighter getting treatment for. Okay, so I'm referencing the fact that Alexander Usyk hurt Fury, and at least 3 or 4 times he went back into the ropes, and the ropes is what held Fury up. That's considered a knockdown. Okay, so they did score a knockdown, but point is, the ref could have easily waved it off because Fury was, he was at the end, and you got to remember, it was right before the bell. You understand what I mean? Now, I don't have to say if it wasn't for that, he would have got knocked out because, hey, you got 3 minutes around to do what you have to do. And that's just the way it went. Okay, but the point is, the ref could have, right? But he didn't. No problem. Now, let's not get it twisted. Fury fought back. It's not like Fury didn't put up a fight. But it goes to show you what I'm saying. You see, people talk all of this shit about how Usyk is too big for Ali. He's too big for this guy and that guy. And now, if he's too big for them, then he should have been too big for Usyk. You understand? So, that's bullshit. Now, my comparison to Fury and Frazier, when I said Fury stylistically might have been able to get a boring decision win over Frazier simply because he'd stay on the outside, and I think he'd have problems. I know, I strongly feel he'd have problems landing clean shots on Joe because of the way Joe bobs and weaves, and Fury, y'all make it like he has Ali's hand speed and Ali's act smarts, and Ali's a different fighter, and so is Fury. Okay? Him trying to mimic or do certain things, flashing, that flash and flash shit doesn't make you Ali. And the thing is, Fury, to be elusive, like, he doesn't throw a lot of punches. And the way Joe Frazier fought, the problem Joe would have is like, because Joe was like 5'10". Joe was flat-footed, though. All his movements was upper body, and he just walk in. So he would have gave Fury trouble with trying to find the shot, okay? But to be able to land the shots that he needs, he has to get inside. And I feel like for Fury, would probably stay on the outside and just fight a boring fight. Okay, not saying, oh, there's no way Joe could beat Fury. No, what I'm saying is Fury might have been able to get a win over Joe that way, which I made clear like 2 years ago. That way. A boring fight of him standing on the outside, just trying to get a points win. Okay, because if he does start to, stand and try to be bold and brave, yeah, we know Joe can crack. And people saying Joe was too small. Well, let me explain something to you. Usyk if Usyk comes in at 215 versus coming in at 230, Usyk doesn't punch any harder. And of course, the weight will make you slower, not faster. So his weight was ineffective in terms of it doing anything to as far as punch resistance or any of that shit. I mean, because the trimmer you are, especially the more muscular, yeah, you could absorb those shots way better than just being heavier. It's the conditioning, okay? It's not so much the physical size. I told you guys, Usyk is a better boxer than Fury. Fury is just bigger, longer, rangier. Like I said, Ray Leonard is a better boxer than Hearns, but Hearns knew how to use his physical gifts, where he was able to give Leonard problems. Fury, see, here's my thing with Fury. Fury talks so much shit, and the type of shit Fury talked. The expectations that people had of Fury is that he was going to be too big, too strong, and that Usyk was going to put up a good effort but lose. A good big man always beats a good little man. That's pretty much what people go by and been saying for the longest, right? So, with that being said, watching the fight, Usyk fought the way I thought he would fight, and having a game plan and being able to instinctively switch up to do different things. You have to do what you have to according to what your opponent is doing in the ring, okay? I figured his movement, his work rate would be too much for Fury. It'll make Fury tired. Why? Because he's going to make Fury fight more than what he wants to, than he needs to. It's not like Fury was landing all those shots he was throwing. Fury was missing a lot of shots. He would land a clean one. He wasn't landing 2-3 punches or whatever. No, he would get one off, and he was trying to move and trying to be careful. Why didn't he walk down Usyk like he did Wilder? For the idiotic fans who are too immature to understand it, that's just your problem. Wilder cannot box. There's nothing coming from Wilder that Fury has to really worry about other than just the right hand. Any information, anything that people say, what did even Joseph Parker, what advice did he give you about Wilder? Look out for the right hand. Anybody watch Wilder fight knows that's all Wilder has. Wilder doesn't have any footwork. Wilder doesn't know how to, fight on the back foot. Wilder fights instinctively. Like I said, he does things like just everything is to set up the right hand. Wilder is not a crafty, cerebral fighter. So he didn't have to worry about that. So you mean to tell me the big bad Wilder, Fury fought him going forward for the majority of the fight, and to give a different look and just to be safe to not let Wilder get comfortable, for Fury to not put himself in a position where Wilder can time him, which still happened. Because I told you guys, look, I still don't rate Fury the way other people do. But I told you guys, Fury's going to have problems with Usyk because Usyk is smart. Usyk is not going to stand there, and that shit he did with Wilder is not going to work on him. When people were telling me his weight, he's going to lean on him, he's going to push him back, I'm like, that shit is not going to work with Usyk. I'm telling you, Usyk is too smart for that shit, man. If Usyk slowed down and Fury didn't, then that could be a case if Usyk was to a point where he was more flat-footed and couldn't move. You understand what I mean? That's not the case. So I'm saying that style, all Fury did, let me tell you something. Fury dumbed it down to beat Wilder. He beat Wilder with basic shit. If you watch him, all he did, he stood out there, jab, fake jab. He'd throw his jab. And what he would do when he fake and Wilder goes for the fake, what does Fury do? He lunges in with his jab. He's not even really trying to land it. It's just to measure Wilder, because Wilder doesn't know how to slip, slide, sidestep, spin around, step. He doesn't do that. He just goes straight back in a straight line. So what Fury would do is jump in, and right behind the right hand, what was he doing? It was a sloppy fight when you watch what was happening. He lose his right hand as a sledgehammer, and he comes in with the left hand as a measurement, bam, and he's clubbing him to the body, clubbing him upstairs, and Wilder just leaning back with his hands up. Wilder doesn't have good defense either. Wilder slides back, he moves, he's evasive, but Wilder can't put it together. So he's not good at that transition from defense to offense. It's just one punch, slip, right hand. He doesn't throw combinations. Neither one of them does. So when he does this to Wilder, the way people talk about Fury is like Fury fought everybody the way he fought Wilder and just destroyed everybody. You think Fury never been knocked down. You think Fury never lost a round. So I fail to see when everybody's talking about Fury, like, and I just don't see it. Okay, I told you guys the fact that Fury trimmed down a lot to come in this fight, he wasn't coming in there to do that same shit. He didn't even fight Dillian White that way. I told you guys, it's Wilder. He was able to do that with Wilder. That's why he did it with Wilder, because Wilder has no answers for anything. That's why he was able to do that. Usyk, on the other hand, see, I tell you, you think these smaller guys can't hurt you. Next thing you know, you're hurt. Dubois didn't think that Usyk could hurt him. Fury was talking like Usyk couldn't hurt him, but you see, a lot of people don't understand my logic because I really call shit the way I see it. I'm not influenced by anybody else's words. You see, you think it's just a coincidence what I say. Deontay Wilder will lose when he step up in competition because he loses rounds to C-level fighters, D-level fighters, and then comes back and knock them out. But he shouldn't be losing these rounds to these caliber of fighters. He'll lose. What happens when he steps up in competition? He loses. Oh, man, anybody can lose a fight. Yeah, stupid, anybody can lose a fight. But guess what? He steps up in competition, just like I said, and loses. And he loses badly. If, the knockdowns happened in the fight with Wilder. But aside from the knockdowns, there wasn't much going on. There really wasn't a hell of a lot going on. So, watching those fights, here's the thing. Look at Wilder's resume. He can't say he beat Fury. He beat Parker. He beat AJ. He beat Dillon. He beat Ruiz. He beat Joe Joyce. He can't say that. The most he can say is he fought Tyson Fury 3 times. He fought Joseph Parker, but he lost. So to date, the biggest win on his resume is against Luis Ortiz. That all being said, at his age to now try to pick up the pace is going to be an extremely uphill battle. If he loses to Zhang, it's over for him. Even if he continues to fight, it's over for him. If he wins against Zhang, him being with Matchroom, I don't know if it's just a one-fight thing or if it's I can't say long-term because of his age, but if it's just a fight-by-fight basis where he's trying to work with Matchroom. Let me say this. The Saudis are talking about they want him to fight Jared Anderson, which means they're not trying to just say, here, Wilder, yeah, man, let's save you from a loss so we can make you an AJ. See, here's the thing. AJ versus Wilder has lost a lot of steam. It's just not the same. Wilder sounds desperate, he looks desperate, and the feel is not there. Now, if that fight is to happen, and should AJ win his fight in September, do the Saudis say, okay, to hell with it, Wilder don't want Anderson, let's make AJ and Wilder? I don't know. But they don't seem to be like just, hey, let me give you, no, you got to earn this shit. I love that. Now, here's the thing with AJ. For AJ, now, let's say he wins his fight in September. But for AJ, we've seen him fight Usyk twice. AJ right now, this is not the same AJ. I picked AJ to beat Usyk or Fury. I've been saying this forever anyway. But Fury might not even go through with the rematch. He might just retire. He doesn't have the belt anymore, so he's no longer holding up the division. And let me add, isn't it ironic? I was watching this video, and the judge that had it scored 115 and 112 or 111 or whatever it was in favor of Fury. Is it just ironic? Isn't it ironic that he happens to be a WBC sanctioned judge. Yeah. So that judge sat there and really saw a unanimous decision for Fury. See, AJ, his position is this, and I feel like every fighter should have this mindset. I'm not focused on what happened with me and Usyk. Those fights happened. I lost those fights. I went forward. I've won my last 2. I'm back. I'm mentally back. I'm physically there. Everything is there. Everything is clicking. I want to be champ of the world again. Usyk, if he retires right now, he's going to be considered the best heavyweight of this era. Now, if AJ and Fury fought, that would be bullshit. I'm going to tell you why. Here in the sport of boxing, it's always, but he's fighting the guy coming off of a loss. It's always, for some stupid reason, if somebody lose a fight, depending on, because people are subjective with that. But Fury, it would be one of those things with the Fury fans just saying, but he's coming off of a loss, so what? But it won't have the same steam. There's no titles on the line. When you see Fury being the asshole that he is, it could have been undisputed AJ versus Fury. No, he wants to be Mr. Showman, Mr. Big Mouth, Mr. I don't need AJ. I'm a bigger star. I'm this, I'm that, all this delusional stuff. Well, he thought Usyk was going to be too small. But he knows, watching Usyk, I guess as it got closer to that fight actually happening, he never really wanted to fight Usyk, and I'll get to that in a second. But now, if they fight, it's just the fact just to say, okay, well, we finally got the fight. Do you really care at this point? So, for AJ and Fury, it'll just be a fight we never had. AJ wins after AJ knocks him out, and I believe strongly AJ stops. Y'all know I've been saying this for the longest, but I strongly believe he knocks out Tyson Fury. And what's going to happen is Tyson Fury's not the same fighter. I've already heard people say he's not the same fighter he was 3 years ago. Okay, nobody was saying that before the fight, right? When he had that performance against Ngannou, everybody made excuses. You are a professional fighter. It is your job to make sure you're in top shape, to make sure you're focused. It's not your opponent's job to make sure you are. It's your job. They made all kinds of excuses. And they based AJ losing to Ngannou for the simple fact that Fury went in there and looked terrible. There's no way AJ could do it. I'm telling you guys, AJ's better than Fury. AJ, the struggling version of AJ. Remember, the nonsense that Fury did, he did the same thing to AJ and Usyk. Those are 2 fights he never really wanted. He sat there and told this man, you got 24 hours to sign a contract. It always was something, he kept moving the goalposts. And every time, it was, when AJ calls his bluff, AJ, they signed. And there was a thing with the networks or whatever and all that, whatever. And he's giving all these ultimatums, and even Frank Warren spoke and said that was basically just Fury just being Fury. Okay, there was no way that the contract could be done that soon and whatever. Now, of course, he tried to change his tune afterwards because Fury probably cursed his ass out, okay? But he did the same shit to Usyk. And remember, he even told Usyk, I gave you a shitty deal and you took it. You're not a smart man, you're a stupid man, and all this shit. He never wanted to fight Usyk. And remember, that sports talk video when he said, actually, and they said, well, certainly you want to fight Usyk. This is a fight, a big fight, a huge fight between, 2 undefeated guys. And he said, well, actually, I had no interest in fighting Usyk. Called him middleweight, said he's not on his level, all this and that. Then he comes the following week, I guess because he got roasted by fans or whatever it was. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, now he's talking about he's going to fight Usyk. And all he needs is a week. He's a middleweight. AJ dropped the ball, blah, blah, blah. Fury talked like he was going to go in there and beat Usyk as bad as he beat Wilder. How he did it or how he was going to do it, regardless, that's how it was going to be a dominant performance. It was far from that. And in fact, for the fight to be close, going back and forth, in the stretch, Usyk started beating Fury's ass. You see his face all fucked up. Yeah, that didn't come all in one round. No, Fury pretty much got beat the fuck up towards the end of that fight. And bottom line is, when you look at what happened and you look at how things went, I told you, a smart boxer, there's levels to this shit. a smart boxer will figure out what they have to do to nullify what you're doing. And when Fury was able to start to kind of time Usyk and be able to get to the point where Usyk wasn't able to catch him like he wanted to, Fury wasn't doing any real damage. He was just down in harm's way, and he was throwing punches, but he wasn't landing everything. So all the playing, like I said, all the bravado, the putting his arms out and playing around and making faces, that shit didn't mean anything. You don't win rounds by doing that. So he did all of that. He lost. Plain and simple, he lost. I guess it's just a coincidence when I said, now don't get me wrong, Usyk could have went in there and fought wrong. He could have went in there and did things wrong, but he didn't. He went in there and he fought a smart fight. Here's the funny thing. How can you say Usyk is not, Fury's not the same fighter he was 3 years ago? Usyk is 37. So you can say he's not the same fighter he was 3 years ago. Frank Warren says there's no real desire for it's like there's no big demand for a rematch. Fury hasn't seen his family in a very long time. I told him he should go see his family, and this. Right? The most criticism he gave, and it's not about looking for criticism, but the most thing he said as far as against Fury was what he told Fury is don't retire and then come back. Like if you walk away, don't retire and then come back. Which, yeah, I agree. But if Fury had won that fight, Frank Warren might have still said the same thing. Only it would have been, bottom line, he beat a guy that AJ lost to twice, which doesn't mean shit. He beat him, especially if he would have fucked Fury up. I'm Usyk up, right? And he showed, no doubt, but bottom line, he's the best heavyweight in the world. And, he has nothing else to prove. Because I told you guys, even if Fury wins, there's no guarantee he fights AJ. And if you think that Fury's not impressed with AJ, you think that Fury's looking at AJ and think AJ, oh, he's not on my level. I don't give a fuck what comes out of his mouth. You believe that shit Fury says. You're lying to yourselves. I told you, all that headbutting and getting in his face and the anger, like the hatred that he was trying to show, it was basically he feels like he needed to do that to get in Usyk's head, and it was bothering him because he's like, this little fucking guy's not afraid of me. Why is he standing up to me like this? He was trying to play the role of a bully, and it didn't work. All the bravado in the ring, the playing around, yeah. People that say he should have stayed focused, stayed serious. Well, yeah. Guess what? He obviously felt he needed to do that. That shit didn't work on Usyk, man. And I told you guys, if you've been watching Usyk, see, when you look at consistency, that's what I go for. Things can happen. Look at Caballero and Frank Sanchez. What the fuck? The people was like, what the fuck? What happened to Frank Sanchez? He looked like shit in there, man. And Caballero wasn't doing nothing special. It looked like a sparring match where some guy comes in the gym with a big mouth and an ego thinking he's the shit, and a guy gets knocked, come on, and the guy just see what he has, and he's in there just spanking the guy around. It like Frank Sanchez had no defense, no punch resistance. He got hit with a left hook to the body, then got hit with a stabbing jab, and went down from that shit. And it was just like basic, simple shit. And it was like Frank looked terrible. This is his step-up fight. Another step-up fight for him. He lost. There's no excuses made. And when you look at his skill set, that's where people were like, what the fuck happened? Like, yeah, shit happens. Now, what we have to say about Frank Sanchez, he has always shown that he has really good boxing skills. But what I'm telling you, and the biggest win on his resume is Efe Ajagba. But when you are not fighting top-level competition all the time, pretty much you can look and say, I got 5 or 6 dudes on my resume at top level. When you don't have that, right, and you step up and you lose to a guy like Caballero, it's like the worst thing that can happen to Frank is he loses his next fight. The worst thing can happen to Caballero is he loses his next fight, because now he has some momentum. Because even though Frank Sanchez doesn't have a big name, people respect what he does. People who know him know this dude can fight. So it doesn't take away from what the skills that he possesses, but he looks like shit in that fight. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, damn, okay, he looked bad, man. But, Caballero did what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And he got the win. Bottom line, no excuses made. Now, so yeah, my point. Look at Frank's performance and look at his other performances. Is what I'm saying. But once again, certain people will take advantage of things that certain fighters won't. So that's what I mean about, like, example, if Fury would have fought the top guys years ago, he probably would have more losses on his record. I just do not see Fury the way people try to make him to be. And this is where I'm telling you guys, all this shit. Remember, Tony Bellew was the first one that said Usyk wasn't going to be able to handle these big, strong heavyweights. And remember, when Tony Bellew fought Usyk, you see, he was outboxing Usyk. Like, for Usyk, this is what I don't understand about guys. Usyk's movement is just, all right? Remember, I'm a southpaw too. I can switch up, but I'm a southpaw too. So I know what people are looking for, okay, against a southpaw. And when people say a southpaw, I've heard, I don't know where people come, it depends on the fighters, I guess, obviously. Oh, it's no good for a southpaw to throw a jab. I've heard Caleb Plant say that. And I'm like, nah, then that shows your limitations. That shows you obviously never seen Pernell Whitaker fight. Listen, the bottom line, Usyk's movement, when you watch him, he's rolling. He's not in range to be punched. So he's doing all this from out here. Because as he gets closer, and if you stop in your tracks to throw a shot to counter, even if you flick a jab out, right, he's discouraging you because your hand is way over here or here. He's not there. So now what he'll do is throw something like a pawn shot to reach in, even if it's to the body, right? And he flicks. He's not trying to hit you at that point. He's just trying to get closer. So now his head is not moving when he's doing this. He's just doing this. He gets closer, and then he starts doing this, right? He's waiting to counter. So what Fury's doing is, nah, I'm a jab. I'm not going to commit to a power shot. The power shots was coming out of nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? So Fury was trying to be crafty at times. Fury fought a good fight, okay? But what I'm saying is he couldn't do the shit his mouth was saying. You understand what I'm saying? I told you guys, you think he's going to dominate Usyk. I don't. Like I said, but you never know what can happen. But I'm like, I don't see that happening. I think he loses. Did I not say that shit? I said may the best man win because I don't know if Usyk is going to fight the type of game plan that I'm thinking. Because there's been several times where you see a guy do something and then all of a sudden he gets in that fight and he just doesn't do it. But look at that consistency. But I told you guys, I'm picking Usyk to win. Not just the fact I want him to win, but I was picking him to win. He won. Yo, but Fury's big, man. Listen, for Fury to be 270-something pounds trying to walk Usyk down and trying to lay on him and trying to, like he did with Wilder, the energy that is going to cost him because Usyk's going to be on his toes. He's going to be jabbing, moving, stepping up. And notice how when Usyk moves to his right, he know that the left hook is for a counter, right? That's why he's jabbing high like that. So if you do throw something, the most you might do is clip him on the top of the head. But more than likely, you're not going to get a clean shot. So Usyk, Pernell did the same thing. I do the same thing. Step to your right, but it's like a quick snapping jab. Well, for Usyk, that's just to keep Fury from throwing the jab and trying to throw power shots where he can get in and had a better chance to get closer, slip, counter move, parry shots, whatever. Okay, because the shorter shots, well, you're closer. The jab, you're out further away. So I'm watching him, and I'm just like, unless Usyk goes in there and fights stupidly, I don't see how he can get outboxed by Fury. Now, if Fury stays behind his jab, but this is not who Fury is. When you have that sniper type jab and you stand back and you can slip and move, you can counter punch. Like, I don't know why y'all keep comparing him to Lennox Lewis, because Lennox Lewis would have fucked both of them up. I don't even know where that comparison comes from. And Lewis knew how to throw that lean uppercut from the inside. Bo was also a very, very good inside fighter for a big man too. And I'm looking at Fury. Now, it's not about, if I'm saying this is what I think he should do, I don't expect the fighter to do something I've never seen him do before. Even though, not saying that they can't, but if I've never seen you do it, why do I expect all of a sudden this night, obviously you're going to become a new fighter, right? For Usyk, even when Bellew fought him, Bellew would sidestep, move, he would step around, he was throwing his jab, his shots was coming from the middle, he was throwing combinations. The problem was he ran out of gas. Usyk also can detect that. And then Usyk steps up, and he's wearing him down. He's wearing him down. Took him into deep waters. Tony Bellew was exhausted. He did the same thing with Fury. But he was active. It's not like he was laying back, not fighting. He got inside like he needed to, but when he get in, nobody's saying he's going to get in and fight like Joe Frazier. He's going to get in and fight like Mike Tyson. No. He needs to get in, get his shots, get in, get out, move, find that range, and understand, what distance he's at where Fury can just miss. That's why when you hear the commentators say, he's just missing that shot, a lot of times what they overlook, that's by design. Okay? That's by design. It's like if you're building a cabinet or something, right? And you do the measurements wrong. Well, what happens? You got the shelves up and all of a sudden it's this short. Damn, just by that little bit. Yeah. So a lot of times you see fighters do this. Jaron Ennis does this a lot. When you throw a straight at him, he'll turn with the shot. And he does it so quick, but what he's doing, he's watching you throw the shot. He's knowing you're not in a position to follow up. And he'll slip, bam! Jamal Charlo also does that shit. Floyd does that shit. Okay? It looks like, oh, if he do that against such and such, he's going to get caught. He fights such and such can't nullify it either. So those things that you see, a lot of times people think is a flaw or mistake. You don't realize it's on purpose. When Muhammad Ali would move, you see his hands completely down, and the guy's throwing jabs and straight. He's literally doing this with his hands down. He's looking at you, though. He's not turning his head away. He's literally looking, but he's just, and then all of a sudden, okay, I see what he got. And what is he realizing? Okay, he's doing this, but he's not leaning forward. He's trying not to commit. So the next time Ali stands with his hand down and does this, and you leech, what does Ali do? Take that quick step back and then punch over your hand. Bam! The next thing you know, you got 5, 6, 7, 8 punches coming out of nowhere. You didn't see nothing. All you know is what the fuck he hit me with, right? Watching Usyk and his consistency, I always said he's a better boxer than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's physical gifts, his reach, his size. Okay? He has some quickness, but I told you guys, even the version of him that moved around the ring a lot wouldn't have been really effective against Usyk. Why? Because if you're moving, it's like the way he fought Vladimir Klitschko, for example. Okay? Well, you got to figure if he still had those same legs, well, Usyk was faster 2-3 years ago. Let's say it that way. Okay, bottom line. So let's not play this game of Fury's getting old, even though he's younger, 2.5 years or whatever, younger than Usyk. Let's not play this fucking game. Same way Floyd was older than Pacquiao. Holyfield was older than Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis older than Mike Tyson, but there's always, this whole, oh, he's not the same. Okay, so now this being said with AJ, if AJ focuses on becoming champ of the world again, if he does this and Usyk is not in the card, so be it. Now, if Usyk decides to fight again, can you imagine Usyk just taking just a fight just to stay busy? Nah, Usyk only wants to fight if it matters. If Anthony Joshua ends up fighting Usyk, I'm picking AJ to win by knockout. If there's a rematch clause and they fight again, I'm picking Anthony Joshua to beat him again by knockout. If the goal is to be the best fighter of your era, then he has to beat Usyk. Otherwise, even if he becomes undisputed, then without beating Usyk, you still have to come in at number 2. Because you can't just erase those. Like, I think AJ beats him now. Not because Usyk slowed down, but because AJ's just better. AJ's back. He's back to, hey, I'm AJ again, right? So, with that being said, he has to actually fight him and win. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm saying I think AJ can beat all of them. But I also feel like Usyk, you got to give him his props. He's the number 1 heavyweight in boxing right now. So me saying I know AJ has it in him, watching him, I feel like he beats him, he still has to do it. So as far as I'm concerned, Usyk is the best heavyweight out there. Now, I'm not going to say who's number 2, who's number 3, who's number 4. They got to fight for that. But what I'm saying is I see in AJ that he can actually beat all of those guys. Now, with that being said, if if Fury walks away, the cloud over his head is, I never fought AJ. Trying to come up with that bullshit about, oh, well, I fought the guy that beat AJ twice, right? He lost. Yeah, you did too. And you lost. And you also basically got knocked all over the ring. You got hurt way worse than AJ ever was hurt against Usyk. So, bottom line, with that all being said, right? To take them out the picture, Fury can't claim supremacy over nobody. He can say, I beat who I beat, but you got to look at who he didn't fight. And the same way, it doesn't take Usyk to beat Fury. This is what I'm saying. Shit can happen. AJ can fuck around, slip up, and lose. You understand? So my point, shit can happen in the fight, okay? But what people got to understand is, for Fury, he thought he was going to beat Usyk, and I believe he didn't really want a rematch either. That he just wanted to say, I beat Usyk, boom, I'm done. That's what I don't believe at all he ever wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. I don't care how many times he changed his mind. First he don't want to fight him, then he does, and he don't, then he doesn't. I don't care about all that. He never wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, just like he never really wanted to fight Usyk. I think for AJ, and I'm saying this because people have already mapped out and planned how the fights are probably going to go if this happens, if that happens. The fight with Fury may never happen. Well, who really cares at this point? And like I said, he beats Fury, which I believe he knocked Fury out. He beats Fury. All you're going to hear is, yeah, man, but he's not the same. And you got to remember, Usyk beat him. So, and Usyk also beat AJ. So, yeah, I mean, I think Fury's washed. So, it's like, okay, I won, despite what people say. He took the fight. I took the fight. I won. And you also got to understand that you got people that's Fury fans that's saying, yeah, but just because Usyk beat him don't mean that AJ does. Also, you got to understand, looking at Fury's resume, AJ's resume is way better. Now, if Fury had won this fight, no doubt people would be saying the same things about him that they're saying about Usyk, that he's the best heavyweight of his generation. But I told you guys, man, two guys he showed no interest in fighting, like he just don't want the smoke at all, was against AJ and Usyk. Bottom line, he tried to get out of the Dillian White fight, but Dillian didn't put up any fight at all. So remember the people that was coming to my comment section talking about, yeah, but Aries, you gotta understand, man. Yo, Fury 6'9", yo, he big. Like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, what do you think I'm fucking Stevie Wonder? Okay. Dillian White is an inch taller and much bigger than Usyk. It's the skills. And I said, Dillian White showed you how limited he was against Fury. I don't want to hear that Styles make fights bullshit. We know that that's the case a lot of times, okay? But at the same time, Styles always will make a fight, regardless. To the outcome, right? It's a style versus a style. So we don't need to keep saying that keep saying it over and over every time. The reality is, when you make up in your mind, I'm better than this guy, I don't want to fight him. And then you get to the point where, nah, we want this fight to happen, but you don't. Fear will start to creep in. Why? Because truthfully, if the fans, every time you hear or read comments and people in your corner telling you how you'll kick this guy's ass, he's not on your level, blah, 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 you feel like, see, I don't need this dude. But Fury knew. He knew. There's extreme danger fighting Usyk and there's extreme danger fighting AJ. He knows that. So for Anthony Joshua, if he doesn't get Usyk in a third or fourth fight, so be it. If he doesn't get Fury, which really, that fight's dead, man. See, here's another fight that's tainted because why? We're talking about guys that were on top. And basically, like I said, they could have already fought for Undisputed. But, Fury had other plans. Fury thought okay, Usyk is probably the lesser of the two. Because let's just be real. He called him a middleweight. I only need a week to prepare for him. I'll beat this guy with just a week worth of training. He said all of these things, and then you turn around and you look at this, right? With all of what he said and the way that he fought Usyk, there was massive respect for Usyk. Like he knew I can't just go in here and just I gotta all the planning and bullshit, but I gotta really fight this guy. You understand what I'm saying? He knew that this was a tougher fight than he tried to make it seem. Like I told you guys, Fury is not as brave or as confident as his words. He's saying all of this stuff, but he knows that this is a real fight. What you think happens when he gets clipped on his chin by AJ? What you think happens when he gets hit to the body by AJ? What you think happens when he expected AJ to not be that tough, but all of a sudden, no, you think that Fury didn't watch that Otto Wallin fight and say, oh shit. You think he didn't see the Ngannou fight and go, oh shit. You seen him stand up and you heard AJ say, fuck Fury. Because he knows Fury talks shit. Fury's 1 minute he's applauding you, the next minute he's shitting on you. But Fury doesn't want that fight with AJ. I don't think that fight happens. Now, I don't know if Usyk retires or if he continues to fight. But let me give, as far as AJ goes, if AJ ends up in a fight with Usyk, as far as I'm concerned, AJ will become undisputed champion again. If he doesn't get Usyk and then the belts are all over the place, now it's like, well, Fury, I don't think will fight AJ. And then more than likely, they're going to try to push to try to make the AJ versus Wilder fight live again. So, case in point, what the boxing fans need is one champion. Because what's going to happen if Usyk does retire and the belts are up for grabs? And basically, the belts will be all over the place. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, what's the next big fight? Here's the sad part. It could be for undisputed, but depending on who holds the belts, doesn't necessarily make it a big fight. If you took AJ out the picture, Fury and Usyk, look at what's left in boxing as a heavyweight. So who's going to be the guy to carry that mantle? You see what I'm saying? So for AJ, that's what I'm saying. If for him, the mindset is I want to be world champ again, I want to be undisputed, finally. Well, hey, man, listen. I'm pretty sure he'd rather go in there against Usyk and do that. Because he lost to Usyk twice. Now, if AJ beats Usyk, you can't say Usyk is the best heavyweight of this generation. You got to say it's a toss-up between him and AJ. Now, they have to have another fight for a tiebreaker, or it just goes down 2-2. And the fact of the matter is, right, AJ wasn't the one ducking Fury. Fury was the one ducking AJ. And AJ said he wants to fight until he's 37. 37, 38, right? So, think about this. If he was to beat Usyk, Wilder never fought him. Parker's never fought him. Ruiz, like, just, you gotta look at the fights that never happened. And then here's the thing. If AJ and Wilder never fights, that's a fight that should have happened and never did. If AJ and Fury never fight, that's a fight that should have happened but never did. Okay? AJ will be like in the position of, okay, I finally avenged those 2 losses against Usyk. I avenged my loss to Andy Ruiz. You understand what I mean? So maybe it'd be a thing where him and Andy Ruiz fight for a third time, for a tiebreaker. Maybe him and Joseph Parker. If Joseph Parker, keep winning, fight again. But at that point, there's no other heavyweights out there right now other than those guys that really stand out. And that's why I believe they're trying to bring Jared Anderson in the mix and try to talk him into, hey, man, get focused and focus on your boxing career, man. Stay focused. Get focused, man. Got to get focused to stay focused. Focus on this boxing career. We see potential in you, man. We want long term. And that's where I believe they try to pull him in. And I believe that they know Wilder can't afford another loss. But, hey, you got to earn your keep. So either Wilder's going to fight Anderson or he's not. To be perfectly honest with you, though, you know, the one thing about boxing, you can't focus on one particular thing and then think that it's just going to be official just because you have your focus on that. You never know how things go. AJ's in a great position because he's popular, and now it's like, you know, he got that momentum back. Well, I don't know what happens if Wilder doesn't want to fight him, because he's talking about $100 million. So he's already pricing himself out. He wants $100 million to fight AJ. Well, so what are you saying? $100 million or no fight? What are you saying? You were going to get 50 to fight him, and then you lost to Parker. So what right do you have? What argument do you have on your side that you deserve $100 million? You understand what I mean? So, I mean, if they're going to give you $100 million, what they going to give AJ? Because AJ definitely deserves more than you do. So that's what I'm saying. That's a fight. Those are 3 fights that AJ might not ever get to have again. And he got the like I said, we know he got the Usyk fights twice already. But if Usyk decides to stick around, worst case scenario is if Usyk decides he wants his last fight to be in the Ukraine against a Ukrainian fighter that maybe nobody really knows in the States, obviously, but he just say, I want to retire home. And then, you know, AJ never get his chance to get revenge. But if he doesn't, this show has to go on with or without Usyk. So bottom line is Usyk will retire on top that he was the best fighter, best heavyweight of this generation. And then even on the pound for pound list, you got to put Usyk top 3, top 2. Like, you understand what I mean? You got to look at the accomplishments, man. And you got to put them up there. And this is what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, you don't know how long a guy wants to fight. But like I said, people already was mapping out in their minds how the fights are going to go. Probably this guy's going to fight this guy, and this guy's going to do this and that. And you just don't know. One thing I will say, too, for Fury, when I was watching how, like, when he went in the corner in that 9th round, when he went back to the corner, and I'm looking at his face, you could see, like, the surprise, like the overwhelming look of surprise on his face. Like, the fuck, man? Like, you know, I told you, man, you don't underestimate anybody. And you could see that though in his face. Like, you could see, like, shit, man. Like, now look at his face when AJ knocked out Ngannou. It was like, the fuck? Yeah. So I don't care about what the fans say. You know, I don't care what anybody else say. So when Teddy Atlas and all these so-called experts tell you he's too big, he was better than Ali, he was better than Tyson, he's better than Holy, okay, right. You believe that shit. And I told you guys before, I don't put none of these fighters over those guys. None of them. I just don't see them as being better than those guys. And when you are looking at the fact that Tyson Fury, same way, you step up in competition and look at what happened. So like I said, he would have had losses already if he'd have done this a long time ago. No, he cherry picked, and then he fought fucking Wilder 3 fucking times. He then fought Derek Chisora how many times? 2, 3 times. You know, I mean, come on, man. The guy was trying to fight Manuel Charr and Derek Chisora again. So are you kidding me? This is what I'm saying to you. Once you get to that point where everything becomes like if you're planning an exit strategy, you don't want to fight the guys that people want you to fight. You do what Terrence Crawford said. I'm at the point I can fight whoever the fuck I want. That's what you start trying to do. And Tyson Fury showed no interest at all in fighting Usyk. He didn't want the fight to really happen, and he doesn't want to fight AJ. So what sense and what sense would an AJ Fury fight make now that he lost, though? What sense would that make? So if that would be the case, I'd rather see him and Usyk, because it's either AJ's going to win the 3rd fight or you're going to lose. You understand what I mean? But I think AJ beats him and he beats Fury. And at the end of the day, for people to say that Usyk should retire now while he's on top, right? I understand how they want that story to go for him. For people that are saying Fury should retire, y'all wasn't saying that shit before the fight. And to say he put up a good fight, then why should he retire? It's because they really they don't want him to go out the way that they feel like he's going to go out. Everybody who make these predictions, this is going to happen. They don't want to be wrong. So then they start trying to curb it. Oh, he's not the same fighter. Oh, stop that shit. Y'all didn't even say that when he fought Ngannou. A motherfucker who was his first fucking professional fight, and y'all didn't say that shit then. Y'all say he didn't prepare for him properly. Then y'all tried to gas Ngannou to be better than what he was. Then y'all said AJ was going to lose to Ngannou. The best thing AJ could do is hold on for dear life. Just hit and hold. That ain't happened, did it? Completely underestimated him. So now, what it is they feel like AJ going to knock Fury the fuck out. And they feel like AJ will beat Usyk as well. That's why the retirement talk is going on. Wilder's 37, 38. He's still fucking fighting. I said Wilder should retire if like he told me he lost his desire and his heart and all. If you lost that, then yeah, you should. What the fuck is the purpose of getting back in the ring? Now he claimed the monster is back, right? Okay. But what I'm saying is, so why shouldn't Wilder retire? After what he looked like against Joseph Parker. You see what I'm saying? So the storybook ending for Fury is, well, he made a lot of money. He dared to be great. They always say that shit. How the fuck are you daring to be great by fighting guys in your fucking division? You're the champion. You're supposed to be. These stupid things that people say, man. The catering, the babying these people. Fury is in a position, like I said, story, okay, they tell how much money he's made. Frank Warren was saying all this shit, but Frank Warren, listen, let me tell you something. Fury got his ass whooped. Bottom line, it was a close fight for a minute, and then, Usyk started pulling it out, and he fucked him up. And he got his ass whooped. Bottom line, and if he would have won that fight, Frank Warren would be talking more cocky. Okay, and there's no need for a rematch. You understand what I'm saying? Which means if there's no need for a rematch, there's no need to fight Anthony Joshua. Because basically, they said, remember, there's a rematch clause. But, right? It's not official. Either guy has the right to say, I want the rematch. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not, oh, no, we definitely have to. No, I want the rematch. Right? The loser can say, the loser can say, I want the rematch. So, therefore, Usyk can say, I want to fight Fury again. Fury can say, nah. You understand? It's in Fury's court. The ball's in Fury's court for the rematch. So if he doesn't want to fight Usyk, do you think he really wants to fight Anthony Joshua? Like, do you really think that? So no. And he's all fuck off and all that and acting real unprofessional. Y'all roasted AJ because he got frustrated and threw the belts out the ring and all that. And right, but Fury gets the baby treatment. Look, bottom line is he lost. I'm glad he lost. Boxing needed him to lose. But if Usyk let the belts go, if he retires, and we'll see how things go, because you just never know. I just feel like whoever gets these belts is going to be a thing of, unless the Saudis are involved, unless Hearn and Warren can get, everybody can make these fights continue to happen, and they still want to fight for one champion, right? Unless that actually happens, you're going to see this whole one fighter calling another fighter a coward. He's this, I'll do this to you, I'll do that, I'm a blah, blah, blah. And you got 3-4 guys walking around with belts, all claiming to be the champion. So, and it's just a mess all over again. Now, for Anthony Joshua, star-wise, star power, big name, Fury's not a bigger star than him. He's not a bigger name than Anthony Joshua. He's not a bigger brand than Anthony Joshua. And AJ didn't need the WWE, any of the other stuff. He's just not a bigger star. But one thing I will say is, and the reason I'm even pointing that out is because AJ can fight whoever, and people will come out to see AJ. So he can do that. But if you know AJ, like this fight, and he's coming back, back home, it's a homecoming. That's what they call it, a homecoming fight for him. Should he win this fight, we'll have to see what's next afterwards. And you got to take it as a fight-by-fight basis. You don't skip past an opponent like, oh, he's automatically going to win. You don't know that. But me looking at it, I believe AJ wants to fight Usyk again. I believe he's far more confident, and he knows I can beat him. And, I think if they fight, AJ wins. But bottom line, it makes more sense for AJ to want to fight Usyk and get revenge and become undisputed. And now he doesn't. Now let's think. When he was unified, he got every belt one at a time. Now I beat the best in fighting this one guy. All I need is one fight with Usyk, and I'm undisputed. He wants a rematch, no problem. I'll fight him and beat him again. Then we're 2-2. Now, if that's gonna happen, we'll have to wait and see. But as for Fury, I don't think he wants to fight Usyk again, and I don't think he wants to fight AJ again. Now, let's say his pride kicks in and he decides, nah, I want to fight him again. You see, he claimed he think he won that fight, but he never pulled the trigger and he never tried to close the show. He tried to play it safe. See, he tried to outbox Usyk, and Usyk's a better boxer than him. And I told you, though, his size and his length. You know when guys move a lot, and you stick a jab in their face, and you step around, and you got good head movement and your upper body movement, like when people say, like example, when you step into a person's power shot, right? It's a way where you do it and you turn it the shoulder. Okay, not so much the shoulder roll is kind of, but I mean, just that leverage to where that person has to lunge to hit you. They're not even close enough. So when you're popping that jab, even when you're popping it to the body, you doubling and you're tripling up. When you step, if he goes left, I go right. He goes right, I go left. Because if he's moving and I'm moving, that means he has to lunge. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what's happening is I'm throwing his rhythm off. You understand what I'm saying? And when he's moving and I'm popping my shit and I'm popping my jab and I'm throwing my shots, the mover is now in a position of, damn, this motherfucker's moving when I move. He's not standing where I want him to, which means my punch selection is going to change based on what's available to me. Okay? And the fact that I'm making this guy fight in a different way. You seen when Muhammad Ali fought Jimmy Ellis, right? Ali was always the mover, the dancer, and then Jimmy Ellis got in that motherfucking, he was the one moving. Now, of course, Ali was older then at this point, but still in all, it was like Ali, that's the one fight that you seen Ali fight and win, but he just never looked comfortable in that fight. Because, I mean, Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young. And Jimmy Young was the one moving. I didn't like the way Jimmy Young was sticking his head all out the ring and all that shit either. But bottom line is, you take away what a fighter's good at. You take those things away from them. This is what I'm saying. And I didn't see Fury being smart enough to do that. I seen Fury fighting, trying to keep it long, and thinking his size was going to make a difference. But I told you, Usyk is too smart for that. I've been telling you guys this shit. And like I tell people, you're not wrong for having a different opinion. Okay, your opinion is yours and mine is mine. But I'm basing it, like I said, look, even let's say if I wanted Fury to win. Let's say if I wanted him to win. I still would have said the same things in terms of the fight and how I think it would go. Because, and it depends on if, which fighters are more consistent. Who's going to stick to their game plan? That's all it came down to for me. Now, with that being said, hopefully the heavyweight division gets a shake up to where, I mean, look, okay, before I even say that, let's just see what Usyk is going to do, if he's going to continue to fight or if he's going to retire. If Usyk does fight AJ and lose, I believe there will be a fourth fight for the simple fact it's like, okay, I want to get my chance to get my win back. But as far as just vainglory of I want to be considered the greatest of all time or the greatest of my era, the only way AJ does that, he has to beat Usyk. He has to. And then if Fury all of a sudden decides that, oh, I think I'm going to come out of retirement or whatever the fuck, like Frank Warren is saying he shouldn't, not the same way. I'm just tired of seeing Fury fight period. He's greedy. He's made all his money. Cool. Go ahead, spend all the time with your family, ride off to the sunset. Simple, whatever. I'm just tired of seeing him. And the fact that he held that belt all this time. Now, let's see if the next person that holds the WBC has a mandatory. Because Fury didn't. 3 fucking years and he never had a mandatory and was never stripped or even threatened to be stripped. And I remember that motherfucker said if they took the belt for him, if they stripped him, remember they said if they force him to fight Dillian White, they can take the belt. I don't care. So you know, bottom line, I'm just tired of Fury, period. So I'm glad he lost the fight. I've been saying from the beginning, Usyk needed to win this fight. Even if I didn't like Usyk as a fighter, I don't give a fuck. Boxing needed Usyk to win this fight. And I don't think Usyk is going to turn into a diva. Now, I don't know how much longer Usyk wants to fight. So we'll just see what happens from here. But anyway, that's my assessment on this fight with Usyk and Fury and the situation of the fighters involved and surrounding it. And we'll talk about it some more in another video because there's going to be more things and more content to talk about in the previous weeks to come. And I waited, you know, about a week or two to make a video because I got sick of talking about the same, maybe this guy's going to fight, maybe not. This person said this guy went up, this guy went down, this person. It's just a bunch of he said, she said, and that was like, I'm tired of talking about this. It's nothing but stories, nothing surrounding an actual fight. So I needed something to happen for me to want to have to talk about this stuff. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.